My boss stole my Super Bowl tickets, so I made him lose a major client. Have you ever been betrayed by your own boss? Imagine discovering that they stole something incredibly valuable from you, and then finding a way to get sweet revenge. This is exactly what happened to me, and it cost my boss more than he could have ever imagined. I'm Sarah, a diehard Eagles fan who lives for game day. A few years back, we made it to the Super Bowl, and I was over the moon. At the time, I was working for a consulting firm called Apex Solutions. One of my biggest clients was TechForge, a rapidly growing software company. I had a great relationship with TechForge's CEO, Mike. We'd often grab drinks after meetings, and he knew how passionate I was about the Eagles. As a thank you for my hard work, Mike decided to surprise me with a pair of Super Bowl tickets. He gave them to my boss, David, to pass along to me. The day of the big game came and went. We lost, which was devastating. A week later, I met up with Mike for our usual post-meeting drinks. "Hey, Sarah, why didn't you make it to the game?" Mike asked, looking confused. "I heard someone else was in your seats." "What game?" I replied, equally puzzled. "The Super Bowl. I gave David those tickets for you as a gift." My heart sank. I had no idea what Mike was talking about. He looked shocked and told me to quietly ask around the office. When I got back to work, I discreetly investigated. Our receptionist, Jenny, let it slip that David had given a pair of Super Bowl tickets to another client as a gift from the company. I was furious. These weren't just any tickets. They were 30-yard lined seats to see my beloved Eagles in the Super Bowl. I wanted justice, but I knew confronting David directly could backfire. So I decided to let Mike handle it. I texted Mike, "I found out the tickets were given to another client. I really appreciate you thinking of me, though." Mike's response was immediate. "What? Don't say anything else. I'll handle this." A few days later, Mike invited David and me to a meeting at TechForge's office. Little did David know, Mike had planned an elaborate trap to expose him. When we arrived, Mike introduced us to Amanda, supposedly a VP from another department. He then casually mentioned, "Oh, Sarah, you must know Amanda from the Super Bowl." Amanda played along perfectly, looking confused. "I'm sorry, did we meet there? I don't recall." Mike feigned surprise. "Come on, Amanda, they were sitting right next to you." I saw my opening and took it. "Sorry, Mike, I wasn't at the game. Are you thinking of someone else?" David started squirming, his face turning red. He stammered out weak excuses, but Mike wasn't having it. He confronted David directly about giving away my tickets. The meeting ended abruptly, with Mike dismissing David and inviting me to lunch. As we left, David frantically texted me, begging me to cover for him. I ignored it. Over lunch, Mike and I plotted our next move. He insisted on sending invoices to Apex for the resale value of the tickets, over $15,000, and our extravagant lunch. He also demanded written apologies and refused to work with David ever again. The fallout was spectacular. David lost his share of TechForge's profits, and the other partners made him pay the invoices out of his own pocket. I came out looking like a hero for trying to salvage the client relationship. In the end, I left Apex for a better job. TechForge eventually cut ties with the firm completely. As for David, last I heard he was still trying to rebuild his reputation. I may have missed out on those Super Bowl tickets, but the satisfaction of exposing David's betrayal was almost as sweet as an Eagles victory. Almost.